it has some Goliaths, and with those ground upgrades, those Goliaths are also going to be a nice force to fight off those enemy battle cruisers. Turret up! Wow, look at MVP's turrets. Both players are turning up like madness. Turrets overall, nothing but turrets are not really going to, save you from battle cruisers, but at least they're a funky delay, because if a battle cruiser fleet is large enough, it'll just rip through anything on the ground, in the air. Fight them on the beaches, in the air, in the ground, in the air. We'll never surrender. I can do a better Churchill impression. I'm pretty sure. I'm just tired right now. I don't remember the quote exactly. Well, weapons 2 and armor 2 for white. Weapons 2 and armor 1 for MVP. So we're gonna see what the white actually manages to get, upgrades first, and then just get through 3 and just go and win that way. We'll fight them on the beaches, in the land, in the air. We'll fight to the end. We will never surrender. I totally forgot that quote. I'm pretty sure it's not exactly like that. Something about fighting everywhere and here and there. A bunch of science vessels out there, which apparently making the go. But it could be for some MVP EMPs. Is it going to be an EMP? Yes, it is indeed an EMP. So Yamato guns get cancelled out, boy. Did I say earlier that the only use was defense matrix? I mean, not really. EMPs make perfect sense when you're facing a bunch of battle cruisers. So goodbye, Yamato guns, boy. Eliminating Yamato guns makes the battle cruiser significantly less effective. So nice move there from our good friend Light. And Light has actually been ahead in bases for a while now. He's had that inside 9, and while MVP hasn't. But meanwhile, Light going to go for this 3 o'clock position, and that looks significantly vulnerable. Meanwhile, now MVP on the upside going to counterattack on the inside 9 o'clock position. And it does look like both players are going to be able to basically massacre each other's positions. Light doing some nice macro. They're still almost losing battle cruisers out the back, but it does look like both players are going to be able to mop up these bases. Sciences will flying across just to try to get an EMP off, and Goliaths also going across the ground just to go and do some damage. So let's see. MVP now reduced to only 2 mining bases. Pretty sure at least the 12 o'clock is not doing much of anything, so the upper right corner is pretty much the only thing he has. Light still has that 9 o'clock. Did get a nice EMP off on at least on some of those battle cruisers. And meanwhile, just flying across the left side of the map. Battle cruiser, of course, biggest weakness is that they're slow. And those turrets are only going to act as a mild deterrent, because still I think that's going to be able to do a lot. Tanks, oddly enough, moving into across the left side, not really going to do much. Yamato goes also coming off now. And Goliaths are going to come in and help engage with this. But until the battle cruisers get up, they're not really going to be much of anything. Does look like Light might lose this entire base. MVP going to go. A bunch of Goliaths are going to come in. They're going to be at boon. And is MVP going to continue attacking his commander? Are there going to be repairs coming up? Goliaths coming to support now, so the commander are going to stay there. And MVP actually going to pull back just as Light's reinforcements were coming to fly in. Light Milo just going to pull back with his battle cruisers and start repairing, while Light actually continues working on his upgrades and continues more battle cruisers out there and getting a pretty large fleet. And the good thing for Light now is his 6 o'clock is still alive. His whole left hand is still alive. And he seems to still have something at his natural for all things. He still has that 9, and he's going to try to rebuild that inside 9 o'clock position. Well, MVP has pretty much also see something that MVP tends to do. He tends to oversaturate his bases. So his main and natural dying is no big surprise. And his 6 o'clock already dead as well, no big surprise. So the upper right hand, the only thing he has, it doesn't look like it's very strong in minerals. He should have some leftover gas, but it does probably not very strong in minerals. Still trying to get his battlecruiser count up. Still no upgrades on his ground force really enough, so I'm wondering whether actually eventually the battlecruisers just sort of become redundant and this just evolves into a mass tank battle. Change, Sherlock. Change is good, right? I think. I hope. Something like that. Somebody once told me that change is good. Change overall, good. Weapons 3 for Light, so this would be a very good time to engage, because MVP is only at weapons 2. Now going to yet again go and try to prevent that inside 9 from doing any mining, but there are Yamato guns at the back there. Battle cruisers at the back there for Light, so he's ready to engage any moment. MVP won't going to pick up and defense up, I guess, yeah. Defense up! Experience points have been achieved, so defense plus up, plus 2, I guess, or something, at the 3 o'clock position. So MP still desperately needs that mining base, and he's going to want to eventually get some additional minerals from the inside of Clock 3, but still feels like Light has the advantage because he's been doing better. He has weapons 3 upgrades now on his ground forces as well, so Goliaths are now going to be a huge boon alongside his battle cruisers against all those battle cruisers of his enemy. Some SCVs actually moving across the map, engaging a tank of all things. Like Battlecruiser's like, nah, I think not, dear friend. Very nice of you guys to be optimistic, but no. I think not. Physics lab, still spinning, still doing its thing. Have I actually seen Yamato guns from those battlecruisers of lights? Because I have this feeling like, I don't think I have. But should have them by now, just working on the rest of the special upgrades. Probably gonna do some Weapons 3 action from MVP as well. I'm gonna start yawning right now. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Most exciting StarCraft game ever. Woo! But yeah, I was talking about earlier about like having an FAQ for you guys. Like, you know, it just probably seems to be a thing. Just lets you guys ask whatever. But for those of you that, you know, probably didn't get it or something, I won't be answering any question about religion. I won't be asking any questions about political views. So yeah, just religion eventually pisses somebody off. You know, if I'm an atheist, the Christians think I'm a heathen. If I'm a Christian or Muslim or a Jew, then you know, the atheists think I'm an idiot. So you know, and my political views don't really matter because honestly, I don't even think I ever have. On Light getting another nice EMP off. And the battlecruisers are going to be forced back yet again from those two bases in the nuclear position. Light has done overall good. Is he going to get EMP'd himself? Yes, does get a few of his own battlecruisers EMP'd, unfortunately. Going to pick off an engineering bay just to make that a little bit less annoying and force another engineering bay build just to make sure if his opponent wants to get turrets up that way. But yeah, so yeah, no questions about religion or politics because politics are boring. Well, they're not really boring per se, just boring over the internet. You know, I don't want to talk about Icelandic politics. Sure, we have a kind of a joke party, I guess, in charge of the capital. The mayor is part of a joke party. It was basically one of Iceland's most famous comedians, but that's the way it is. Now MVP finally going to go for a full-on assault on this 9 o'clock position, it seems, or not. Just going to fly right back as soon as he picks off an refinery and few turrets. At the very least, forcing Light to come back to defense. But yeah, I just don't want to really talk about it. And of course, obviously, don't ask me some questions that you know I won't answer. I mean, I'm a guy that's, you know, not really that shy, so, you know, I don't mind discussing lots of topics, but, you know, some questions I just won't answer, you know, like, there are limits. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can ask them, they just won't get answered, pretty much. I'll just laugh them off. Pretty much I won't ever, it's very unlikely that you can insult me with a question, although feel free to, you know, try to take the challenge. But most likely you just make me laugh. Let's see, Light now moving across the right side of the map, meeting a lot of turrets along the way, so he's going to take some damage there. And siege tanks actually have armor 1 upgrades now as well, so we're going to see what they're actually going to move. Could have actually moved down with his tanks, I feel, instead of engaging the turrets with his own battlecruisers. But MVP does have that base at the lower right-hand position, and tanks are just going to siege. Oh, there are some tanks there from MVP to defend, so Light's not quite going to manage to siege that up, but does plan a couple of siege things at the location still. See, Light's still mining very well from his lower left hand. MVP seems like his upper right hand looking a little weak kind of right now. And Light still has some from his 9 o'clock bases that inside 9 still giving him some life. While that inside 3 o'clock position is still an open. Oh, nice. Yamato picking up a few tanks, just going in there and doing the very little bit of damage, you know, trying to get something done. Perfectly understandable. It still does seem like MVP has an overall larger fleet, but Light does have Goliath support from the ground, so it's all going to come down to one huge fight, it does seem, because one of these days MVP is going to be forced into a fight. It's just going to come down to that. But yeah, once again, huge thanks to all of you guys for your massive contributions, of course. I'd give shout outs right now, but I just don't want to give shout outs in a game, in a TV deal. I just feel like that. Oh God, no, it's just not, no. And plus, shoutouts should be said closer to the beginning of the game, you know, because where people actually listen. Because some people just skip through this part. I mean, honestly, when the most fun part of a game that watching in StarCraft is the music in the background, it's bad. And some SCVs are coming in to bother Light here at the inside 9 o'clock position. Gonna go around and start cleaning up some turrets with his Goliaths. They're gonna be help moving across with his battlecruiser as he does so. So he's just coming in, clearing some positions. Those turrets are a nuisance, so they need to be destroyed. Nice getting those turrets before they actually manage to do anything. White does finally seems to be moving up north for some sort of aggressive action, if not just to clear up those turrets. And White actually going to take the opportunity to go with vultures towards a low left-hand position, try to harass something, although I bet White has something there to answer for him. I think there was a Wraith. I think there was a Wraith with Defensor Matrix on him, and I think, or Science with Defensor Matrix on him. They got an AMP off. Actually, nothing to defend this low left-hand position. Vulture's going to go and pick off some SCVs. You know, just a couple of Sciences are going to fly there and just, wait a minute. We can't do anything. Great. So, every single SCV at the low left-hand going to get picked off. Nice move here by MVP.